When the question is, how can I make more money in our business? The first place we often look is more leads and more attention. But that's actually the most expensive and most challenging place to look for more money in the business. There's actually a cheaper and more effective way to grow your revenue in your business. And it starts with knowing your conversion metrics. Let's dive in. So when we want to increase the revenue in our business, we think more clients means more sales calls, means more leads, means more attention. So of course we need to get more attention to get more leads, to get more sales calls, to get more clients, right? Like that's how the marketing funnel works. But again, that's a really expensive path to go because acquiring more leads and more attention is the most costly form of marketing, both in your time, but also in hard cost if you're using paid ads. Because acquiring leads and more attention is the most costly form of marketing, both in time and difficulty from you, from an organic perspective, but also from paid, which is why you tend to also see a lot of low cost offers or what you've seen as tripwire offers, where once you've bought something, you're more likely to buy again. But I guarantee there are leaks and weak spots along the way in your marketing process. And closing those leaks means that you're spending less time capturing new attention and actually making the most of the attention and the leads that you have. So to recap, the marketing and sales process has 4 stages, which we've covered before. There's connection, which is new people learn about you. Again, this is the most costly and most difficult part of the marketing process. There's consideration, consistently building know, like, and trust factor with individuals, and they are getting to know whether or not you can solve a problem they have. There's the conversion stage, where you're actively inviting them into a sales process and moving from potential client to client. And then there's champion. Those clients go from repeats and referrals and raving fans. And at each step along the process, there's a conversion factor. So again, we need to start with understanding your conversion metrics. So some of the most common conversion factors include translating attention to leads. So for example, if you do a podcast or you have a workshop, how many of those people sign up from that podcast to your email list? That would be a conversion factor. Going from audience or leads to proposals or sales calls. So for the people that know about you, maybe your list size or the number of people you have in an active business development process, how many of those potential clients are turning into active proposals or sales calls? When you get someone on the phone for a sales call or they book a sales conversation, how many of those turn into clients? How many clients come back and repeat with you? Yes, you might just do a one-time service, although we know the real secret sauce is in regular, ongoing, recurring business. But how many clients repeat with you? And ultimately, how many clients turn into raving fans and raving referrals? So these are all metrics you can track as part of your sales and marketing process to understand the effectiveness of activity at each stage in the pipeline. And putting more volume through the cycle, if the conversion rates aren't where you want them to be, means you're spending expensive money and time. You're spending time putting more people through a cycle instead of, again, maximizing the output and the outcome with the people that already know, like, and trust you and are looking to buy from you. So let's assume you convert just 10% of any sales calls you have to being a client, which means to get 1 client, you need 10 sales calls. To get 2 clients, to double your leads, you have to have 20 leads to get 2 clients, which feels like a lot. But what if you strengthen your sales process? What if you tighten up your messaging, your value proposition? You make a hell yes for people to understand what it is you do. It's very clear. So then your conversion metrics go up. And let's say you convert 40% of all of your sales calls to being a client. That means in order to get 2 clients, you need just 5 sales calls. That's a 75% reduction in the number of new leads you need. So instead of fighting to get the attention of 20 people to get 2 clients, you just need 5 to get 2 clients. I know where I'd like to spend my time and money. So the first stage in tightening up and understanding how to be more effective in your sales process, understand and know your numbers. Again, audience to sales calls or even a lead offer, low cost offer. Again, that sales calls to clients or lead offer to clients, depending on your business model. Clients to repeat clients, clients to referrals. Because if no one's sending you referrals or no one's coming back to work with you, then maybe we got to start there and make sure we actually have a business that people want to join, and we're not just like marketing out there. Once we know our numbers, we can approach the stages in reverse and improve the metrics along the way to make sure that the precious attention you are getting is actually turning into results. The first step, let's start again with existing clients. What are their renewal rates? Can we work with them more regularly or expand scope? Why search for new people and new people you don't know if you can do more work more regularly with existing people who you have a great relationship with and know the quality of your work? That's the easiest way to get more money in your business. What are their referral rates? Again, are existing clients talking about you positively, or is their experience just meh? We want to fix your client experience first so that everyone that comes in wants to talk about you and wants to do the work of evangelizing on your behalf. Again, the first place we look to make money, do more with existing clients, repeat work, referrals, or potentially expanding the scope of work. The next step we look at is the conversion step. This is where we look at our prospects. What percentage of your sales calls and proposals are turning into clients? And again, if you run more of a creator business, what's your conversion rate on the sales page? Do we need to tighten up your messaging? What are the objections that people are having? How can you address that more in your consideration phase in sales and marketing copy? If you're working with corporate stakeholders, how do you need to look at the different stakeholders in your sales process and make sure we're adding as much value there as possible? Again, knowing your numbers means you know where you're starting from and the kind of impact you could have with, again, your existing pool of leads that you do have. Existing audience to prospects. If it turns out that you have a list or you have an audience or you have a network and no one's actively raising their hand to work with you, we have a problem. Do we have a problem with not selling often enough? So are you frequently making offers to your existing audience or people that have been circling your work? Are you proactively reaching out and shoulder tapping and say, hey, it's time to work together? Are you proactively making personal invitations? How can you increase the frequency of how often you sell? It's, again, not to be like overwhelmingly salesy, but again, if you're never making offers, then people are not going to raise their hands to work with you unless it's on their timeline. And then what's the relationship like with the people that know you? Are you deepening the relationship with, again, your existing audience? Instead of trying to get more new eyeballs and more people to come off social media to fall into your world, how can you do more with the people that you have? Are they reading your content? Do you have content for them to binge on? Are you just showing up in snippets on social media? Are you doing low-cost workshops? Are you doing potentially free sales calls, free serve calls? How are you giving people time to build know, like, and trust factor and get to know you really? Because again, why look for new people if the people on your existing list and audience aren't buying from you? The next stage we step out at is people who are hearing about you. If you are doing discovery-based marketing, how many people are landing on your website from collaborations, from social media? And then how many of those are reaching out to be on your email list or reaching out for a call? If we're doing things that get us in front of new people, but we don't have a compelling reason to stay in our world, maybe this is a compelling description of your newsletter or your services, some kind of quiz to get them from hearing about you to actively saying, I want to hear more from you. This is an opportunity to tighten up that step. And then, and only then, do you focus on increasing eyeballs and increasing traffic to your site. Because if you focus on going viral on social media, yet nothing in your work invites people properly to get onto the list, and then nothing in your email process or your marketing process helps people deepen the relationship with you, and then you're not making offers, and then you're not closing those offers, traffic's not going to help that. Traffic just exacerbates the problem because you're just doing more activity. So again, we want to start from the most effective way to increase revenue in our business, the people that already know us and like us and love us and have paid us, then move our way back through the stages of marketing, strengthening each step along the way. And this is why knowing your conversion numbers is really important, because we know where you're starting and we know where you're going. And that way we can see the real impact of all these different activity steps on strengthening your sales and marketing process, with the ultimate goal of getting you more money at the end. So let me know which of these activities you're going to do to make more money in your business with the existing people that already know you. And if you need support and knowing your numbers and putting a plan in place, reach out for support. I got you. If you like this video, like and subscribe and stay connected for more content.